Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Wednesday, February 17, 2021. BBC report: U.S. cold snap, how to stay safe in freezing conditions. When working out what to wear in freezing temperatures, experts say the answer should always be layers. This is because several thin layers of clothing trap heat more effectively than a single bulky item. It also means you have the option of removing excess clothing if you start feeling overheated. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) says when venturing outside, people should wear a tightly woven coat, along with inner layers or light warm clothing, and gloves, a hat, a scarf and waterproof boots.
Deutsche Welle report: Germany, 3 injured in mail bomb blast. A total of 3 people were injured in an explosion in an office block in Neckarsulm, a town in southwest Germany, on Wednesday. The explosion was caused by a bomb in either a letter or a small parcel, a spokesman for the local police force in nearby Heilbronn told DW. Around 100 people were cleared as police evacuated the building following the explosion. Rescue workers are at the scene, along with members of state's investigative police force for more serious crimes.
Al Jazeera report: U.S. oil output dips by record 40% as cold wave freezes operations. Total U.S. oil production has plunged by close to 40%, the most ever, as an unprecedented cold blast freezes well operations across the central U.S., according to traders and industry executives with direct knowledge of the operations. Crude output has now fallen by more than 4 million barrels a day nationwide, they said, asking not to be identified because the information isn't public. Before the cold snap, the U.
CNN report: Wendys is heating up the chicken sandwich wars with this new item. Wendys is heating up the fried chicken sandwich wars, quite literally this time. The newest entrant into the poultry clash is a jalapeno popper sandwich, a spicy spin on the classic. The $5.99 sandwich, which was released Wednesday, is covered in jalapenos, including in a flavored cream cheese spread plus 6 slices of the pepper on top. It also features 3 slices of bacon, 2 cheeses, cheddar and pepper jack, and a toasted bun.
BBC report: Princess Latifah, what are women's rights in Dubai? She's the daughter of the ruler of Dubai. In secretly recorded videos shared with the BBC, the princess accused her father of having held her hostage in the city since she tried to flee in 2018, and said she feared for her life. The United Nations has since said it will question the United Arab Emirates (UAE) about her. She isn't the only member of her family to flee the city. In June 2019, Princess Haya bint Hussein, the 45-year-old wife of Princess Latifah's father, fled to Germany and sought political asylum.
Fox report: LA School Board cuts police officers from schools, diverts $25 million to support black students. The Los Angeles Unified School District on Tuesday approved a plan to slash $25 million from its policing budget and cut 133 officers from schools with the intention of diverting funds to support a proposed Black Student Achievement Plan. A total of $36.5 million, which includes the money diverted from the funding of school policing coupled with an additional $11.5 million from next school year's general fund budget, will be invested in initiatives to work toward racial equity and hire climate coaches and other counselors to support de-escalation tactics in conflicts, among other things.
Deutsche Welle report: Ford announces bid to go all-electric in Europe by 2030. U.S. carmaker Ford plans to overhaul its passenger car offering in Europe, making a factory in Germany the hub for its electric operations, the company said on Wednesday. Ford's ambitious announcement comes as carmakers in Europe are under pressure to increase their electric offering and curb emissions amid new EU regulations. Ford plans to spend $1 billion €830,500 to revamp its factory in the western German city of Cologne, which is also the headquarters of Ford Europe.
CNN report: Google Maps will now let you pay for parking and transit without leaving the app. Google Maps can already tell you which train to take or map out an optimal driving route. Now, it's simplifying travel even more by letting users pay for parking or public transportation right from their phones. As of Wednesday, users can connect their Google Maps accounts with their Google Pay wallets and make transportation-related payments without ever leaving the app. By bypassing parking meters and train ticket machines, People can save time and also avoid touching public surfaces, a plus during the pandemic.
Deutsche Welle report. Indian journalist Ramani acquitted in #MeToo case. A former minister in Narendra Modi's government lost a defamation suit against a woman journalist on Wednesday who accused him of sexual harassment. The trial lasted for 2 years. Journalist Priya Ramani had accused former Junior External Affairs Minister M.J. Akbar of inviting her into his hotel bedroom for a job interview 20 years ago and subsequently behaving inappropriately. Ramani did not name him in her 2017 Vogue magazine article, but she later identified the man as Akbar in a tweet, in what was considered a groundbreaking moment in the #MeToo movement in India.
Fox report. COVID-19 pandemic forces Ash Wednesday changes worldwide. Ash Wednesday services will look different for Christian churches around the world this year due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. In January, the Vatican's Congregation for Divine Worship and the Discipline of the Sacraments requested that priests take extra health and safety precautions when distributing ashes to parishioners. In a Jan. 12 note, the congregation wrote that priests should bless the ashes, which are made from the palm fronds used at the prior year's Palm Sunday service, and sprinkle them with holy water before reciting the Roman Missal.
Al Jazeera report. NASA's Perseverance rover prepares for Mars landing. If NASA successfully lands its 5th rover on Mars on Thursday, it will have delivered the Red Planet's first microphones, its first aircraft, more cameras than ever before, and a life-detecting duo known as SHERLOC and Watson. The Perseverance rover will also hopefully complete the initial step in an estimated 10-year effort to return samples of Martian rock back to Earth-bound researchers. The rover carries a drill that can collect around 40 core samples, some 30 of which will be returned to Earth in the 2031 timeframe, though that plan could change.
CNN report. How China is devastating Australia's billion-dollar wine industry. South Australian winemaker Jared White spent almost a decade building his business in China. Then, in a matter of months, it all fell apart. It had nothing to do with the quality of White's wines at his vineyard in McLaren Vale, one of South Australia's premier wine-growing regions. Instead, it was the result of months of worsening diplomatic frictions between China and Australia. White lived in Shanghai for several years, setting up a network of distributors to sell his Jereza estate wine to the booming Chinese market, where demand for foreign wines among the middle class was growing fast.
Fox report. San Francisco Board of Education is quiet following report of group examining possible recalls. San Francisco's Board of Education is declining to comment Wednesday on a report that a city nonprofit is targeting its members for possible recall efforts amid continued frustration over delays in reopening its schools. The campaign for better public schools launched by Families for San Francisco will also explore placing a charter amendment on the ballot to make board members mayoral appointees rather than being elected, according to the San Francisco Examiner.
BBC report. Texas snow. Mayor quits after only strong will survive post. Tim Boyd, the mayor of Colorado City, took to Facebook in anger at people crying and looking for a handout. Sink or swim, it's your choice, he raged. The city and country, or any other service, owes you nothing. Millions are now in a third day without power and struggling for heat in Texas. More than 20 people have died across 4 southern states. In his original post, now deleted, Mayor Boyd starts by saying, "Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute."
Al Jazeera report. U.S. charges 3 North Koreans for major hacks and cyber thefts. The United States Justice Department has charged 3 computer programmers working for the North Korean military with using cross-border cyberattacks to raise money for North Korea and its leader Kim Jong-un. A federal indictment unsealed in federal court in Los Angeles, California alleges John Chong Hyok, age 31, Kim Il, age 27, and Park Jin Hyok, age 36, are members of North Korea's military intelligence service, the Reconnaissance General Bureau.
Fox report. Virginia judge sides with family of British teen killed by American diplomat's wife in traffic collision. A federal judge in Virginia ruled Tuesday that the family of slain British teenager Harry Dunn will be allowed to proceed with their civil lawsuit in the United States seeking damages against Anne Sekulas, according to reports. Dunn was 19 years old and riding his motorbike near the village of Croton in central England when Sekulas, the wife of an accredited American diplomat, reportedly struck him head-on while driving a vehicle on the wrong side of the road on August.
CNN report. Norway, the UK and Canada are not climate champions, they are climate hypocrites. In Oslo, the street lamps are powered by renewables. To conserve energy, the smart lights dim when nobody is around. The Norwegian capital, like the rest of the country, is proud of its exceptional green credentials. Its public transportation system too is powered entirely by renewable energy. 2/3 of new cars sold in the city are electric. There's even a highway for bees, there's just one problem.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.